All right. Good morning. First of all, just proud of our team for where we are right now. We're where we hope to be, and the guys have competed really hard. We've had three tough opponents in a row here, and getting ready for another tough one this week. And again, just proud of our guys, but excited to be back home. You know, the season it's hard for me to believe it's game 4 already, and it's our third game in the Valley, and I was talking to our team about that yesterday, just, making sure we appreciate each one. We work all year for just so few opportunities, and it's always great. We got a lot going on this weekend, especially with the Hall of Fame, and I think Phil Prince and I think Fred Cohn maybe are going to be the captains. So that's pretty cool for those guys to be back and be the honorary captains before the game. But really excited about, again, just being back at home. And BC is another division game for us. Record-wise, they're 1-2. But, you got to look beyond that. They played a really good Northern Illinois team and beat them. Northern Illinois that just went to Nebraska and won. They lost to Wake Forest, had several turnovers, but Wake Forest is a good football team. They're sitting 3-0 right now, and a very good team. And then a very tough Notre Dame game. Notre Dame, that game at the end of the third quarter, right there at the end, it was a really tight ball game, and kind of got away in the fourth quarter. But this is a very tough, hard-nosed, physical team. There's a different mindset that you have to bring when you get ready to play Boston College. And I think that speaks to their head coach, Coach Adazio. I mean, what a great job he does. That's their mindset is you're going to have to beat them. They don't usually ever beat themselves. You've got to win the physical matchup because they're going to force the issue. And if you don't have the right mindset going into it, they're going to expose you. Looking forward to the challenge. Their offense, they're a lot of 12 and 11 personnel type of a team. Going to run the power, the counter, the swap zones. I mean, that's what they do. And the little difference this year is they're doing it really, really fast, a lot of tempo. And so their explosives come off the run game, and they want to be able to establish a physical presence in the run game. Impressed with their quarterback. He's a young player. But he's got a good feel for what they're doing. Throw the ball. He can run around and make some plays as well. A lot of play actions, a lot of boots, a lot of things like that. A lot of max protections that come off of their success in the run game. And again, they're playing with a lot of tempo. So a lot of discipline that we have to play with versus these guys. And then defensively, their defense is very experienced. I think they got 12 guys back that started at some point last year. So a lot of guys with a lot of experience. They got that number 7 led the nation in sacks last year. He's a real problem. He's a great pass rush guy. They're big and strong inside. You rarely ever see anybody move that number 96. He is. I bet he squats 800 pounds. I mean, he is a strong D tackle. And so just impressed with how they play against the run. But we've got to do a great job in taking advantage of the opportunities when they present themselves. Because again, they're very sound on that side of the ball. Got good kickers, and just overall a hard-nosed game. It's early in the season. We know we're going to get a team that's really fighting to stay in the division hunt with just having one loss. And obviously, if they can beat us, that would position them very well. So for us, it's just about trying to get better, trying to improve on some things that we did. We were excited to win the game last week, but there's a lot we got to improve on. A lot of some missed opportunities on offense. Probably played our worst game defensively of the 3 games we've played, and so a lot of room for improvement as we get back on the field this weekend. And again, back at it today with a good, tough physical Tuesday practice.
Coach, where is Marcus Edmond? How close is he to 100%? And will Trayvon start regardless of how close Marcus is?
Trayvon has earned the right to be the starter right now. I mean, we've got a lot of competition at corner, and but it's the old saying, you can't make the club in the tub. I mean, Marcus has had some tough breaks. I mean, and nobody's entitled around here. There's good players, and that's just the way it is. But Marcus will be fine. He'll hopefully he'll be back this week. But if not, he'll be back here soon, and he'll be right in the mix. Marcus is a really good player. I think Marcus is one of those guys that when it's all said and done, he's gonna have a chance to play at the next level. He's fast. He's long. He's got really good skills. He's put some strength together. You haven't been able to see it much this year because he's had some unfortunate injuries. He got hurt in camp early, missed a good bit of camp, and with a hamstring, and then the midfoot sprain, fighting through that. But he'll be back, and but he'll play. I mean, who runs out there first? That's kind of a week-to-week deal, to be honest with you. Right now at that position, we've got good players there that are competing every week to go be the guy.
You said DJ Greenlee, he had a sprained MCL.
Yeah, he's out. He's out.
Also, of course, without Garrett Williams, how ready do you think Cannon Smith and J.C. Chalk are ready to step up?
Yeah, well, Cannon did a nice job for us last week. He actually came in and I thought he played really well. He did some good things for us in the run game. Shadell Bell would be the next guy, and then J.C. Chalk. So it's more of an opportunity for J.C. to get some more work in practice this week. But I think we'll be more than ready, and those guys are very capable, and expect them to play well.
Coach, tagging on to the DB stuff earlier, the play of the DBs this year. What's your impression so far this year? What you've seen from your DB group?
They've been really good. We've only been out of position a few times. We had a couple. We had one bust on our DBs the other night. The other one was one of our backers wasn't where he was supposed to be. But they've been in position, and we haven't had a million pass interferences. I know we had two pretty quick in the Auburn game, but we really kind of cleaned it up, playing with a much better technique. We didn't play as well with our eyes the other night and some of our zone stuff that we were doing. But they've been just much more disciplined as a group. But I kind of knew that coming into it. Y'all heard me say that many times. I really felt like was maybe the best secondary we've had, the deepest, most versatile group that we've had. So we haven't really, I don't think, come even close to what I think our potential is. But after 3 games and a couple of top 15 matchups, we've held our own and have done a pretty good job. I like the depth. I like the fact that it's unfortunate that we had a couple guys go out. Van got hurt, Muse got kicked out, but we've had guys go in and play and play in critical situations. And so I like the depth that we've been able to create after 3 games. And we've got good versatility there. Our corners, we've got a bunch of corners that can play both sides. We don't talk enough about Ryan Carter. Ryan Carter, man, he is one of our MVPs. I mean, he is a very good football player. I mean, outstanding football player. Does a lot of things that people don't notice. He's very versatile, and he could go play safety for us this week and do a heck of a job. So just really like where they are. I like how they're competing. It's a high level of competition every single week. They're all getting opportunities to play. So we've never really been able to rotate like we're able to rotate right now in that secondary. So that's pretty fun to be able to see those guys, all get a chance to play.
How beneficial do you think it is to have Coach Kahn back there coaching the safeties, having 2 coaches as opposed to just Coach Reed?
Well, I think it's critical. That's one of the reasons I went that direction. We're gonna come January, we're gonna have 2 D-line coaches as well, because I think that's important. But that's why I took both defensive GAs and put them with the D-line to be able to help Todd on the field. But there's just so much time that you've got 5 and 6 DBs in the game, and it's a lot. It's a lot going on in today's style of play. So I thought it was important. to really, you know, just the attention to details, the time it takes. You know, it's freed Mike up to really just focus on those corners and the technical aspect of that, and have a little more time to really devote to just those guys, because they're kind of in their own world and as far as what they've got to do. And then those safeties are so involved in the run fits. I mean, it's just, I mean, they spend a lot of time with the linebackers, and it's been really good. Mickey's done a heck of a job, and I think we got everybody in the right spot. And you know, I'm glad to get Denzel back. You know, Denzel had missed a little time. He had a great camp for us, and I think Denzel is an outstanding young talent as well. So we just got a good group. You saw Nolan Turner go in and play well the other night. Mickey's done a good job with that segment.
Do you feel like Tavian Feaster separated just a little bit with what he did last week, the way he played?
I thought they all played well. You know, I mean, I think he had the most production with his opportunities, and you know, for sure, I thought he played a heck of a game. And again, when you've got competition like we've got at that position, just like corner, just like safety, you know, you've got to maximize your opportunities and take advantage of your opportunities. And you know, so that's again, all those guys are going to have opportunities to play, and from week to week, you'll probably see somebody get hot, you know, when you got multiple guys. But I'm really proud of Tavian and how he played last week, and hopefully that will carry over into this next opponent.
We've seen flashes of both youth, you know, with the muff kickoffs and talent with the 80-yard run with Tavian Feaster. How has he worked his way into the running back depth chart, and what does he have to do to kind of take over a step of that?
Travis, he just got to take advantage of his opportunities and keep learning. You know, he's a young player. Obviously, you can see the talent. But again, you know, he's not the only player we have. You know, there's a lot of water that goes under the bridge, and he's got to put the work in, and he's got to be be a dependable, trustable, accountable, every down type of a player, and then take advantage of his opportunities. You know, that's the big thing I tell guys. I mean, whether you play 10 plays, you play 50 plays, how'd you do? You know. You want more plays? Well, how about let's do a good job with the plays you got? All right, you know, if you played 5 plays and you had 1 plus, and you want more plays, that's not the way to go. You know, so that's at every position. So whatever opportunity you get, you got to take advantage of it. And I think Travis has done that. Outside of, you know, he's got to settle down a little bit on the kick return. You know, that's just a matter of just nerves, young guy. Because he's got excellent hands, and he's done a great job in practice. That's why we put him back there, and he just got to take it to the game. And you know, his ability to run the ball. I mean, it was an inside zone call the other night, and you know, he didn't even run where he was supposed to run, but he just bounced it, and that's how he is. He just runs with desperation every single play, and that's what you love about him. He's got that big play capability, but you got to be a down in, down out type of a guy. So just continuing to learn the system and put his work in and compete, because he's competing with some really good players at that position. All have made great contributions for us.
How do you manage the nerves of those guys not only trying to be in competition, but also to make sure that they stay composed throughout, you know, when they're on the field and when they're called upon?
Well, you just talked. This is like the other night, you know. I mean, that's the first thing I did was go over. I want to go over and yell at him. I mean, he's a true freshman. I was like, hey, listen, you better go over there and catch your breath, because you're going right back in. All right, so let's get your act together and settle down. It's just football. All right, it's not any different. Don't get, and that's just a young guy getting distracted, you know, by stuff that shouldn't have anything to do with his performance. It's just a young guy. You just got to put him in. You got to let them grow through it, and show some confidence in them. That's really it. Talk to them about it. Try to prepare them, and then experience. You know, now he's been on the road. He's been in an environment. He's had a little success. He's made some mistakes, and so you just grow through it. That's really all you can do.
In the running back competition, how important is it the things that they do when the ball's not in their hands?
It's very important. I mean, it's just like a receiver. I've coached receivers my whole life, and I used to just infuriate me a receiver had 3 great catches and a touchdown, and everybody's high-fiving him after the game. And then I grade the tape, and he played 50 plays, and he played awful without the ball. You know, but everybody thinks he played this great game, and, you know, because those are only 3 plays that count. And that's not how it works. Every play matters. You know, every play. How you play without the ball is more important than how you play with it. So, I mean, everybody can, you know, play when the stands are full. That's kind of like, but what are you doing when nobody's watching? How you work in the off season? It's the same thing. I mean, you have to be a complete player and a committed guy. You can't just show up on game day and say, all right, I'm ready to play. I'm really ready to go. But yet be that guy that didn't show up, didn't do what he was supposed to do. He's on the academic reports. He's not, you know, it all matters. At least it does here anyway. So it's very important to be a complete player. When you're a skilled guy, you're a running back, you're a tight end, you're a receiver. It's to me much more important what you do without the ball, because we want complete players, and you know, our guys buy into that. I mean, you saw those 2 long runs the other night. It was a great run by Travis, but an awesome block by T. Higgins downfield. A long run by Adam Choice, great run by Adam Choice. Great blocks on the second level, DeAndre Overton downfield. Those things matter big time to me. How do you respond when things don't go well? You know, maybe there was an interception. Did you bust your butt to go make the play? You know, little things that make a difference in the game.
Travis and T and Amari and some of the younger guys get more opportunities. Do you feel like this offense still has a ways to go as far as how good it can be this year?
Oh yeah, we got a long way to go. You know, all those guys are just part of it. You know, we're just an offense. It's all of them. It's not Dion. It's not Ray. It's not Renfro. It's not Adam or Fuller or Travis. It's not Tavian. It's not any. It's just one. It's just a Clemson offense, and we as a group we have a lot of room for improvement. There's a lot of things that we got to do to get better. As if we're going to be great, I mean, if we want to work through our goals right there, we gotta get better. And that's been the great thing about this week. You know, you win a big game, it's awesome, you feel good about it, and then you watch the tape and you go, dadgummit, man, we got to fix this. We got a lot of work to do, and the guys are very coachable. They see the same things too, so it's not like we're making stuff up. We got a lot of room for improvement in all areas.
Not a lot of talk in the offseason about replacing a 2-year starter in Guillermo. How pleased are you with how Falcinelli's done, especially coming off his first road start?
I'm really proud of him. He's one of the MVPs of this season so far. After 3 games, I mean, he's one of those guys that you thought he'd go play well. I mean, I saw enough of him last year. He got enough experience to where I'm like, this kid's a good player. You know, Robbie's 2 years ago, before he even knew he could be a good player, Robbie was, this guy could be a great player. But he just, you know, had to kind of go through the process and grow and get there. And I'm just really proud of him. He's done an awesome job. He's really settled us down. He's directed traffic. We didn't have any issues the other night on the road in that environment. You come out here, you play Auburn in a night game and all the energy associated with that, and you don't even notice him. You know, he's really done a great job. So I'm really proud of him. He's our captain this week. He's one of them, and he's earned that.
You speak to that. He was a little confused when coaches challenged him to mature over the offseason because he felt like he always sort of had that. What did you guys see that maybe he didn't initially?
Just work ethic. That's part of the issue. You know, is we weren't on the same page. What he thought and what the coaches thought, not the same thing. And just maturity of consistency and how you practice every day, how you handle yourself in meetings, attention to detail, just energy, just playing fast every play, playing without the ball. taking as much pride without the ball. A classic example of what we just talked about earlier. And just knowing how hard you got to work to be elite. And I think, again, you know, that's just part of a guy maturing and growing. And then, you know, he battled through some injuries too. He had a couple injuries his first couple of years around here, but just focus, consistency. I mean, being a consistent performer week in and week out. You know, that's been the thing with him. And that's one of the reasons I'm really, really proud of him is he had a great spring. He had an awesome fall camp. He's had a great 3 games. He's kind of becoming that consistent performer, but it's coming through consistent preparation. It's just coming through just better practice habits. And at times I would agree he was awesome, but just the consistency, the day in, day out, being able to truly maintain and stay focused on what it takes to be great. And he's done a heck of a job, man. He really is playing at a high level. He's become a much better receiver. You know, that's the other thing. He wanted to just be an athlete and just outrun people, you know, and you have to have technique at this level. You have to buy into being a mature route runner. And you saw that the other night in him. I mean, he's really become an excellent route runner. His release technique is, because he's got great feet, great speed, great change of direction. I mean, he's through the roof. But now when you put really good technique with that, you've got a chance to be pretty special. He's worked really, really hard on his timing with the quarterbacks and, you know, finishing plays, ball security, things like that. So, and then the return game, you know, taking pride in being a specialist. He's worked really hard. He's accepted the challenge there. And so I'm really proud of him. I think he's on his way to having an awesome year for us. And my challenge to him is to, you know, be a guy that I know exactly what I'm going to get every week. When I lay my head down, I know exactly what I'm going to get out of you. How you're going to practice, how you're going to meet, how you're going to handle yourself in every area. Because he's a great person. He's one of the nicest kids on our team, and he always has been. He's never been he's not a bad guy or anything like that. I just think it's always came easy to him. You know, he's one of those guys, just everything always came easy to him. And he didn't play receiver, he played running back. That's another thing I love about him. The kid ran the power 25 times a game. They don't get tougher than Ray Ray. He thinks he's 6'4", 220. You know, he really does. He has that type of mentality. I love that. He is tough as they come. But he just had a lot to learn about football and defense and route running and just being a receiver. If it's really what you want to do, well, let's be great at it. Let's just don't go out and try to out-athlete people. And so just getting the mindset that it takes and the maturity has been fun to see, you know, take shape with him. And I think he's on his way to a heck of a year for us.